And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's 2nd and 3. On the counter, it's Henry. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Play action. It's Jackson. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They go play action now. Jackson, he'll buy some time right. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Azeez Al-Shaair in to make the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second and 10. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. To throw is Jackson. And this is caught at the 8. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Derrick Henry, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Ravens will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
You're already there.
Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they finally get their chance on offense. 1st and 10.
Oh, right. Speed left, speed left. 19 Texans.
Stroud off the play fake. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here's Stroud. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Odafe Owe. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the interception, here's Jackson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Two J. Hey, Uno Mars.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
South.
Stroud on the move to his left. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. C.J. Stroud. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Well, now how about this return? And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Report.
They go play action with Jackson. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. Look at the big fella go. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews, 62 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing on second and long. Stroud. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Hey, report. 13.
A handoff, running left, Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Look the hot.
It must have been only one.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Now Jackson. And this is going to be pulled in by the tight end Andrews. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just
running
before
backwards.
halftime. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as he kicks away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Here we go.
And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. Going deep for Diggs. And it's knocked away and incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And bulldozing his way through. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
South. Oh, ready.
Mixon will get it to start the second half. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Stroud looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Mixon with a first down carry. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Joe Mixon.
Oh, that was nice.
Joe Mixon, 57 yards. And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Jackson. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Here we go. At the 28-yard line.
Throwing now is Stroud. That's going to be caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dalton Schultz, 28 yards. And the Texans are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
When we drop defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Yes.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Here's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. They'll try the right side with Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
So with your team leading in the fourth quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Rolling to his left. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. He's got it at the 15. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 37 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play,
and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Ravens have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that's going to be short of the landing zone. It doesn't make it there, so that means the ball's going to come out to the 40. This is 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Stroud to throw it. He's going to let it fly. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 60 yards. And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
no, we're not cheering, no, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Here's Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Texans will take over. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Oh, ready? Hey! Nike Texas.
Stroud. Connecting with Mixon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Now Stroud. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Tucker now for the extra point. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here's 1st and 10.
11.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
A truly all-around great effort against the pass today. First an interception, now getting to the quarterback for the first time in this contest. I think offensively, they just forgot to prepare for him or simply overlooked him in getting ready for this one. Either way, a big mistake, and he's making them pay.
Under pressure, they get him again. Adafe in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long from Houston.
That's about to say. You said it's about the same as that one? You said it's about the same as the Robichaud one?
Yeah, you can just copy off that, but it's probably going to be about the same.
Okay.
But because we got 3.5, I think I did a 3.5 for that. Just add maybe $10,000.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, if there's more drops, add another drop. But what are we doing tomorrow? Cool.
Okay.
Don't get that knocked down.
Word.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Man.
Take a drive from downtown along Broad Street. You run into Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles here in South Philadelphia. About ready to get this one started. Jaime Fairbairn ready to kick it off. And off we go from the link. And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned.
Let's ride.
It'll come out to the 30. Here's 1st and 10.
Set.
To the air right away is Hurts. He's going to test this secondary right away. And he will take this one in. 70 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Oh, man, what a start to this one, Greg. Right out of the gate, first play of the game. A big ball downfield for the touchdown.
I don't even think the fans have settled into their seats, Mike. I mean, you talk about a fast start. There's no settling into this one. This play caller wanted to attack early, and boy, did he ever.
Another extra point opportunity here. A little bit easier following the penalty, and the kick is good. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. Strong. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. And in motion, it's Diggs. Stroud gonna throw right away. Diggs on the reception. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
And now the first carry for Joe Mixon. And this will be a Texans first down, as he's able to take it up to the 30-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action, Stroud. Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. That pass play good for 22. It's good for a Texans 1st down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Nakobe Dean. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Here's the change of pace back. That's Kenneth Gainwell. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Jalen Petrie up to make the tackle. Second and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll try to run here with Barkley. Oh, he won't get there. Looking for a cutback lane. It never opened up. And now it's 4th down.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And he's going to go down. They get him behind the line. Can't take a sack there. It's a turnover on downs.
Texans nothing.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. He will let this go. Deep downfield for Dell. And the Eagles will have great field position as they take over at their own 45.
So they're implementing a cover 2 system, and what that means is on the back end, Mike, your 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. They got to cover from the middle of the field all the way to the sideline. So they got to have range, they got to have great instincts, and then when they get a chance to get their hands on the ball, they got to be picks.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. Down the sideline, past the 40. Trying to get to that pylon, not there, but very close. They'll mark him out at the 1. It is a big play for the Eagles. 55 yards on the game. So the big play gets him down close. And now it's 1st and goal. So got it, the tight end comes in motion. Here's Barkley. And he will not get in from there. In fact, I think he was shoved backwards a little bit.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
So the last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Eagles. Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go, and the defense knows it too, but it still ends up in that guy's hands for the touchdown.
Absolutely, Mike. In these critical situations, like down here in the red zone, it's players, not plays. It doesn't matter what you draw up on the board. You say, okay, who's my best player? Put him in a good matchup, let him go win, and give him a chance. That's exactly what they do here, and I think we're going to see a lot of this the rest of the game.
This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. And in motion, it's Diggs. On first down, they'll start with Mixon. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Two minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. And they extend the lead. The defense joining the party.